Hi everyone, welcome to another Building Connla live stream. Hi Dominic. And let's review. Yesterday I started with a really ugly dashboard that I had reused from a template and ended up with this UI which I was pretty happy with. Whoops. This is from a demo I tweeted when the stream ended. So it has this top bar. This search input extends when you use it, and then you have this menu. I was happy in general with the UI, but I didn't really like how this shadow looked and this border. So when the stream ended, I did some changes, and now it looks like this. So what I did is this bar is now full width, the logo is now on the top bar, and this goes below, and this still stands and everything. So I like the UI. What the part that I don't really like is this border doesn't really looks a little bit dull. So what I was thinking of doing is copying, or I guess you say inspired by the Gumroad navigation, which is the logo, a search, and then you have a little menu here and a drop down where you can switch to setting and click on the settings and logout. So maybe it would make sense to drop this nav entirely, add the required items in here, so like the my instances and browse themes, and then move settings, become a seller, and logout, which is down here for some reason now, should be visible here, to a drop down in this card looking thing. And I think I like that more than this UI, and it also should be simpler to build and shouldn't have this like really weird bug. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a piece of UI that I spent 2 hours working on yesterday. That's how UI design is. So anyways, let's open Connla and get to it. If you haven't seen the other streams or haven't been following my activity recently, Connla is Medium and WordPress alternative, and this app I'm building is taking advantage of an API that was recently released to manage themes on Ghost instances, and that hasn't really been documented yet. Parts of it are still only enabled in development. So what I want to do is build Connla, which makes distribution of themes really easy. Like you publish a new version of a theme, and then instantly every Ghost instance that has both that theme is updated. So that wasn't possible before, and now it is. So I want to release this as soon as that API is live, which means I gotta be fast. And I'm focusing on the MVP, the code that works with Ghost instances, the code that uploads themes and lists themes and everything is already in place. I also finished the database setup and even work on some unit test off screen, and now I'm working on the user interface. It doesn't have to be pixel perfect because I mean it's an MVP, it's not like the finished version, but I want it to be good so people want to use it, and that's why I'm focusing too much on this how the main dashboard would look thing. So anyways, enough of this introduction, let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is to re-add a caret that I removed here, like a chevron, just like this one. So I'm mainly using the feather icon pack in here. This is send the actual icon. This is a demo, a random icon I chose while I make the logo, which I'll have to do another day. So let's get a down chevron for the navigation and add it just there. Going to put some music. If you have any question about my workflow, about what I want to build, or about anything, feel free to ask on the chat. Okay, that's not really what I wanted. Let's reduce the spacing in here and add a little bit more in there. I'm also like, this is actually centered. If you check the this is centered, but it doesn't really look like it. So what I'm going to do is to bring it a little bit down so it looks visually centered instead of a little bit up. Just like that, and then let's reduce this a little bit. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's make the whole card clickable, just with CSS right now. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted. I will build this drop down maybe later. Let's focus on moving the important things here that can be moved in a section here. Let's see. Let's include the navigation partial and see how that looks. That should probably be flexing in here. Let's check what the issue is. Seems like I need to make this full width. Still not what I want. See if this is an issue with the partial. Okay, yeah, it's wrapped in a div. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that's not really what I want, but let's comment out the ones that would be in here. That looks a lot better. I'm going to remove home because that's already in there. When you click there, it redirects you home. I would say that's a standard enough behavior, so to keep that. So let's get rid of home. Also, my instances and my themes are kind of the same thing. It just depends if you're in selling or in buying mode. So I'm going to add some kind of a conditional there. If let's hardcode this and go back when we add mode switching. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I want to make it so like there is a mode where you can buy themes and then you can switch to selling themes by clicking this become seller button. So if so then I get my instances in here because I am in buying mode, and I get a browse themes, and maybe this space is too wide. Let's see if we can reduce that. Px from let's halve that. From 5 to 2. Actually, I don't need this now because we are on an horizontal version. And let's see what happens if this goes to 1 only. Okay, that might be a little bit much. So, and we want some space in between this section and this one. Okay, and this goes up to there. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's get rid of this. And let's first copy the logout one in here, so it's commented out but I don't lose it. Because I'm going to need it later. So get rid of this, get rid of this, and of this. Okay, that looks a lot better. I need to fix mobile. I accidentally blocked Dominic. I'm sorry, Dominic. Trying to reply. Anyways, if I go into mobile, these two my instances and browse themes should be collapsed into there. So let's first make sure these are hidden on mobile. Okay, that's better. And now if I click here, I want to give this some padding. So let's see. First I want this. So they are separated, and then I have to cancel it on wide screens, and then I want this. Let's copy the logout button style. px5, so px5, and then we want to get that down to px4 on medium screens. So let's see how that looks. That gives us a decent navigation. And then when we switch back to the normal screen, this shows perfectly. We might have an issue with this because the my instances and browse themes text looks really bad with medium screen. So what I'm going to do is to have my instances and an instances text, so then this starts shown, is hidden on medium screens, and shown again. Actually the default is inline, again on large screens, and then this is the opposite. This starts off hidden and then is inline on medium screens and is hidden again on and so when I use this medium screen, this should only say instances and then don't cause the word wrap. So then I'm going to do here the same for my themes. And for browse themes, exactly the same. And themes should work because it has a shopping cart, so you can tell what it's doing anyways. So now this looks great on any screen size. So let's work now on this dropdown. First, let's design the open part. I have no idea on how to do this, so I'm guessing this has an absolute thing. Let's see how Gumroad does it. This extension, by the way, that I'm using to check stuff, CSS scan, is awesome. You should definitely check it out. And while I am sarcasing for some reason stuff that I bought, the refactoring UI book is also totally worth it. Anyways, let's check using the CSS scan extension. Move this to the bottom. So when I click this, if I actually click it, let's see. Okay, so it has a tooltip class, which gives it a position absolute, and let's search for CSS tooltip menu to see if there is some solution that doesn't use like Bootstrap or a weird JavaScript library. Okay, so this kind of looks like what I want. Let's see how they are doing it. It has a tooltip menu class. Huh. Also, it's using inline blocks and I'm probably going to end up using some CSS library to import. So can I turn this into a big HTML element instead of definitely not installing jQuery for this. Hmm. let's try. If I understand this correctly, this needs to be on a div which is relative. That shouldn't change anything on the design. Okay. Okay, I want that on the bottom. And then I want it to be a little below. Nope. That doesn't work. Okay. I need to position this below. How do I do that? That's what I wanted. So let's see if I can get it just. Okay, that's perfect. Now I want to offset it a little bit, so margin to the left is maybe 4. Actually, let's make it to this side. So let's say right 0. That's kind of what I want. Okay, so let's make this actually full width. And if I'm right, it should go up to here. And it does. And this conflicts with the rounded thing and with the shadow. But I'm going to have to live with that. Maybe I will remove the rounded hover. I think the thing is rounded none. Yes, and also I need to use here group. Okay, so now this is rounded. If I hover it, it isn't, but the image still is. So this is rounded, hover it, it isn't anymore, and that takes care of the shadow, kind of. Maybe I'll add a global shadow on hover. What kind of shadow am I using here? And this, no shadow on hover. So now if I hover, the whole thing should get a shadow. Anyways, I will take care of shadows later. So now what I want to do is to get another two navigation items like these ones in there. So those. So let's just drop them there and see what happens. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe there's an easier solution using JavaScript? Oh god, jQuery. You want to pin R. I'm gonna guess that was from before I didn't see it because I don't think also pin R was replaced by right 0 in the new Tailwind update, I think. So pin R doesn't work anymore. I mean, it will work now because I have full width, but the new syntax for it in Tailwind 1.0 is right 0 instead of pin whatever. Let's filter out anything that says jQuery. Let's see how this is done. Component, block, absolute. Maybe I don't think this has anything to do with anything, but it, nope, it doesn't change it. Okay, so display block. Then it's using left for some reason. Yeah, an option to like no. Okay. Why is it doing left 50%? What happens if I remove that? Okay, so that seems to center it. But this is not absolute. Okay, here it is. Absolute block. Okay, so absolute. Where is the next relative element? Okay, so this is relative and it is inline block, and that has to do with that. What happens if this is only inline, or if it's a block? Okay, let's try to give our this an inline block class to see if that changes anything. Okay, so I'm guessing the correct class here is inline flex. I don't see how that would change anything bad, and it doesn't. There has to be something else. So this is inline block, so then this has a margin that hasn't, and this is relative. So the fact that it's in relative doesn't change a lot, and that may be because this is also relative. Okay, so this is also absolute. understand why this doesn't work. Hmm. I don't understand. Okay, so I think this Laravel uses this library. Let's see if I can. Let's see if there are some demos in here. Does this allow me to make this whatever element I want it to be? Okay, so Okay, let's check the docs. Let's use it as a replacement. Okay, so we have a button and then a pop-up that is an HTML element, and when click we show the pop-up. There is a video. Why is it importing jQuery? Okay, let's try this out. Hopefully it would work. Recently, I'm really not a fan of making these kind of things with JavaScript, but seems to be the easy way. So let's install it. Let's yarn add it. And compile. I'm going to first do it use it in a script element, but let's export. Import. Okay, so now I want to remove all of this, make this hidden, or actually like this, so I can change it with JavaScript easier. And then let's do something here like this. I want this on the bottom, don't need any of this. And then I need to declare a ref, which is the reference element I'm positioning it with, and that's the user card, which is this one. Let's say ID or rest data ref. So this is document dot query selector, this, and the pop-up it's going to be the drop down, which is this element. Let's check if that works. And how does it look? Purpose is not defined, window undefined. Let's run this again. Hmm. Okay, so maybe I'm importing it wrong. Let's see. Okay, so that still doesn't work. Let's check if we can determine the issue by watching this. Okay, so that should work. Let's wait for Webpack. Let's try to do it in here, like that. And how do I know if it worked? Let's see if that did anything. Nope. Okay, that's what I wanted. So let's do it with it visible, and then we will make it invisible again. Has this let's see how does that look. Doesn't look that bad. Let's see if a shadow is better. Yeah, that looks great. Let's remove that part. I don't think this matters anymore. This can go. This can go. And this can go. Let's make sure that gets the same treatment. Okay. Let's make sure that only works when hovering. Okay, so that works. Now let's see why. Okay, that's what I wanted. Let's see if we can make this. Let's read all the changes I just undid. So like this is rounded, but it's not anymore when on group hover. Same in here. and then I need to remove this is rounded on the bottom only. Okay, and now I need to get rid of this shadow, so ungrab hover, shadow known, and then I may want to first I want to keep this rounded on the top, so rounded bottom known, and now here same rounded I want this and this to be known, so like rounded L and then like rounded L on the bottom left, I think it's BL, yeah, and I want to remove this shadow from here also, so it is completely flat, and I want to add a shadow to the whole thing. No, that's not the effect I want. See what happens if I add a border to it. Rounded. Why is that part not bordered? Okay, so how can I make sure? First let's remove the border. How can I make sure you can actually see this in a white background? I could add the color there, so BG gray like that. Not sure if that would look better, not really. And if I add a shadow in there, and I need to re-add the white background, I need to keep the shadow here though, but if I remove this, the joint will look weird. Oh, okay, it doesn't. I'm not sure about this border thing. I may want to add a border bottom to that, so like border B, border transparent, and then on group hover a border, I don't know what the default color is, I'm going to assume is that one, Let's see if that looks any better. Nope. What if I do it this way? So there is no border, but this part jumps. So I would probably want the border to be only on this part because this is already differentiated with the image. Let's see, they have a different border here, so this is clearly differentiated. Let's go back again to switching the colors on having white only here. Okay, so what if this instead of be white is be gray, and then this is, I mean this way. This must be white, which is that knob starts in there, I think. So if this is be white, like that, I'm going to need to increase the shadow to differentiate this, but this issue is kind of solved because it's differentiated. This kind of feels weird. I may want to add a let's see here, margin top 4, so this is separated. And now let's remove the unrounding and everything. And let's add a border just so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's separate that. Okay, maybe a little less. I just separate it like that. So okay, that doesn't look that bad. With the shadow and the border to differentiate it in there. I need this to be a hover status, so like on hover like that on all of them, and this don't need to be active because it's just like a drop down. Okay. So I really like this. Let's see how it looks on here. I would need to make this white. Just like that, and then I would need to add the other items in there, and also so what I'm going to do is to include here, and I'm going to say mobile nav equals true, and then in here I can say if mobile nav and provide a fallback. So now I can do this, and this will display like that, and that doesn't show in here. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap up. We already have a menu I'm quite comfortable with. I will want to toggle this default state to be rounded, which I'm going to do now. So like that, maybe a little bit more. That's better. And I also want this to also be on mobile. I mean, not on mobile. Perfect. Okay, so I think I'm going to end it here. I might do another one later where I start working on this UI, or I might leave it for tomorrow. You can follow me on YouTube to get notified when I stream live, and thank you for joining. Thank you to Josh for trying to help before with the positioning issue, and I'll see you later. Bye.